who has your money? Specifically, how everyone has your money, and to start thinking just like that. I don't think a lot of wholesalers really understand this or think about this, but somebody has your money. And when you wake up in the morning, you have to really understand that somebody has your money. Money is just transferred from one person to the other. Even in wholesaling, it's transferred from a buyer to you. And a buyer is paying you for your contract, and they're paying you a nice assignment fee because of what you are providing. So just understand that. You wake up in the morning and you have to eat. More specifically, where's the food? Where's the money? You guys smell the money. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And where the money is in wholesaling is in distressed real estate, distressed sellers, and a lot of wholesaling real estate deals. And so start thinking like that. Who has your money? Where is the money? And the money is always in the ugliest, nastiest, most motivated properties. That is where your money's at. So start going out here and really start looking at wholesaling like that. When you wake up in the morning, who has my money? And when you start thinking like that, you start knowing exactly where your priorities need to be. When you start thinking about, oh, do I need a logo or corporate records or all the, no, where's my money? When you are cold calling, stop feeling like, oh, I just got a cold call, I got to talk. No, who's got my money? I'm going to get my money, and I'm going to make a ton of money wholesaling houses. I've been saying this a lot, when I do my live cold calls, right? I'm always just like, who's got my money? Who's got my money? But it's absolutely true. Somebody has my money. And the transfer of wealth in the United States of America comes from somebody giving you money in exchange for something, right? So people get rich running grocery stores because they run really good grocery stores. Us wholesalers, we get really good at identifying ugly houses, and our cash buyers pay us for that. But you got to remember this too. Why are cash buyers giving us money? Why are we making 40 grand on an assignment deal? We're making 40 grand, but also the buyer's going to make money too. We got to make sure they make some money too, right? Like you look at the biggest services out there, like Adobe and a lot of the big Salesforce, like you look at these $100 billion corporations, right? They make money because people make money from it, right? And if you start making your customers money, which is your cash buyer, you'll do good. And so just understand that, like, that's another great way to find amazing cash buyers is just make sure your buyers buy it at a price where you make money, but also they make money. And you can burn a customer once and you can burn a buyer once, but if you burn a buyer twice, they're not going to buy from you. And so making sure the buyer actually makes money with you when times get tough, right? Where it's like, I got 6 wholesalers sending me deals. Well, let me send it to the wholesaler who every single time I buy from him, I make a lot of money wholesaling real estate, right? I think that's one of the coolest things you can possibly do. And that's the thing you do when you get repeat customers, repeat cash buyers in your CRM, so you can go sell them and make a ton of money. But just start waking up in the morning with a hunger of who's got my money, and just understand how much money is out there. And you just have to pry it from your cash buyers' hands. And the only way those cash buyers are going to openly give you $20, $30, $40, $50,000 finder's fees is by you giving them a house they can make a lot of money on. That is how this business works. If you just can provide buyers a ton of ugly, discounted real estate, all you need to do. And once you start doing that, game over. That is how this business works. And so the real question is, how do we get there? How do I make sure that I get that money? Well, I could talk about marketing all day. I could talk about finding sellers. I could talk about finding leads and getting real estate wholesaling deals. But I think a lot of people watching this already know how to do that, right? They know where the money's at. They know where to find the money. They know where to go get the deals and all these things. The money is always in the deal. The money is always in the properties with the most distress. And I know I repeat myself, and I know I could just kind of hammer some points home that sound redundant, but if you're watching this video and you're watching this here, are you going after the most motivated sellers possible? Really start thinking about that. And are you casting a wide net with your approach? And so what I tell everyone is, let's think of 3 theoreticals, okay? And I want everyone to interact with me today. Okay, so I want to see if you're doing this. Now I'm going to call some people out, maybe specifically. I don't know how you feel about this, but is anybody in here not cold calling the arrest record list? Let me explain. Why is this? Is it because somebody that got arrested is this social pariah? Are they going to automatically strangle you if you call them? Like, I think a lot of people have this weird thing where they watch TV shows and think every single person who's been arrested is this violent, terrible person. Tyreek Hill got arrested, He's a great guy. I don't know personally, but I'm just joking, but not really. A lot of people think that once you get arrested and you go to prison, you are automatically the scum of the earth, most terrible person ever. Now, there is a section of a prison where you are a terrible scum of the earth person that should never see the light of day. But most people that went to prison or that are in jail, they're not like attacking, like they're not violent criminals. There are a decent amount, but I will tell you, most people in prisons, I've seen the Shawshank Redemption, so this is my experience, but I just look at statistics, right? Most of them are going to be after DUIs. They are going to be basically non-violent crimes, a lot of drug possession, and a lot of people in and out with rehab and drugs and things like that. You got theft, you got stealing, and then you got violent crime, right? I think if you ask most Americans, they'll think 80 or 90% of people are in prison because of like ending people's lives or, you know, just beating the snot out of somebody senseless. But a lot of these are like, they don't seem like interesting crimes to you, but like they're kind of run-of-the-mill boring, if that makes sense. And you'll be shocked if there's like a indicator on somebody, if they had like a red wristband, if they've been to prison before. You would be like, it's insane the amount of the United States population actually in a prison, right? And a lot of people get out of prison, right? You're in it for a year or two and then you get out, right? And there's a lot of just good general people that been to prison. And it's not like a terrible thing. And I think there's a big stigma in the United States about it. Now, there's definitely some bad apples there. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, I'm not saying go to their house or something, but just understand this. These are human beings too. And there's a very small section of these human beings that own real estate that get arrested. And a lot of these people are tax evasion. You know, they're going out here and doing white collar crimes. They are drunk driving, which is a terrible offense, and never, ever, ever do it. Get an Uber, it's cheaper. They sometimes will steal, you know, all like things that like aren't terrible, like not, they're like white collar crimes, but they're not white collar crimes. So like, you know, theft isn't a white collar crime, but like, it's not like a super violent person, right? These people are going to go away for 1-2 years. They still own real estate. And when they get sentenced that they're going to prison, that house sits there for 2 years. Like it's over. Like that house is going to be taken over. And you have an opportunity to help that person out and make a lot of money wholesale. Now, as a man that has wholesaled real estate from people on death row, I have wholesaled them all. Okay. Fun fact about death row. I think, what do they say? Like 5 to 10% of everyone in death row is actually innocent. That was like the scariest stat I think I've read about when I was looking all this prison stuff up today. But it's crazy. But I'll tell you, why are you not going after that of wholesaling, right? For that, are you too good to make $20,000 from a guy that had a DUI? I don't think you are. But a lot of people have, you know, a rest problem and they're going to go away. And what you can do is just lock up that deal, give them some money, okay? And that's how you do it. Drives me nuts. Drives me crazy. But so many wholesalers really don't understand that that's all it takes. If you want to become successful, that's all you need to do. But I don't think people really even like understand this, or they know exactly how to go out here and make a ton of money wholesaling real estate. The best way is going after the most motivated type of properties you possibly can. So arrest record's number one. Okay, so there's a lot of people not doing it. Kind of sucks. You should definitely be trying it. I don't know why you guys aren't doing it, but go and do it anyway. Now, the next one we need to talk about are digital bandit signs. Guys, you can reach in front of 10, 15, 30,000 audiences this week by just posting digital bandit signs. Same thing with bandit signs in general. Let's just call it bandit signs in general, digital and in person. Right? Like I've been telling people in the Discord, right? Go out here and just take a picture and post yourself. Put sticky notes out. And the ones that have just been continuously posting get deals. Ones that don't, do not get deals, right? And it's crazy to say, but like just put 100 out a week, you are not going to struggle finding leads. If it is the right lead, that's all you need. Specifically for pre-foreclosures, probates, any type of motivation on a lien, a tax delinquency, just anything from like a government list that's going to pop it up as this person needs to sell the property. That is it. If you're able to go out here and reach out to motivated sellers through the sticky notes, digital bandit signs, or reaching out to people on the arrest record list, you're going to do good. I would say probates, but I think probates are probably a little overdone right now. I think we kind of over talk about probates. Not that I over talk. I still truly believe most people don't go after probates enough, but still, I think it's common knowledge within the Discord, the group and everything about probates, right? Now, if you want to do all three things, I'll tell you, you're going to find deals. You're going to be able to go out here and get motivated seller leads and find people who have your money. If someone's got your money out here, you got to grab it. Guys, going out here and just wishing something's going to happen is never going to get you there. You have to make it. You have to grab life by the balls and say, hey, this is my life. I don't know if that's too bad to say, but you cannot make life your master. You cannot make your situations your master. You can't make life just kick you around and tell you what you're going to do every single day. You got to kick life in the nuts a little and say, I'm going to do whatever I deserve and I'm going to do whatever I want now. And the funniest thing is we're all in our heads here. We all think we're suffering. We all think life sucks. Not everyone, but like some people think like that. and they're scared, and your life is completely a perception of how you look at it. Have you ever talked to a crazy person or like a manipulative human being? You know, you probably have some friends that are not friends, but ex-friends or something like that, or exes that are like that, where like in their mind, you are like this terrible, evil, wretched human being. And you just think you're just you. And some guy down the street thinks you're the nicest guy ever. And once you start realizing that everyone just lives in their own little bubble of how they perceive life, it's crazy. And so if you look at me, for example, right? If you look at a wholesaling guru, I am the most wretched, evil, most terrible antithesis of evil in their minds, of an enemy and terrible things, right? And to them, they are this divine being that was sent from the heavens to charge people $14,000 to learn wholesale. And it's just kind of fun. And then you got people that like, I saved their lives. Like we got people inside of the Discord here that, I kid you not, are doing wholesaling deals from prison, and I'm changing their lives, and I'm like this great person. And then I got other people, specifically people that try to sell like stupid PPL programs for 14 grand a month, and I block them, and I'm just this jerk ego guy, right? If you look at me, there are certain people that think I'm evil and terrible. I got people that think I'm great. I got people think that I'm like super bad and terrible and a liar. Like there's so many people that think different things about me, and it's all about how they perceive things. And so the lesson on this is, am I really a bad person, or is it just their perspective that I'm a bad person? Am I really a good person, or is it their just perspective I'm a good person? Josh Allen on the Bills is a terrible person in my mind, but to a Bills fan, he's amazing. DeVar Hamlin has revenge. Don't want to talk about it right now. I'm going to start tearing up about Tua. Okay, we're not going to get into it right now. But like, you just even think of athletes, right? People hate Patrick Mahomes or they love him, right? Is he a good or bad person? He's just a regular athlete, right? But just start understanding that that's the same thing as life, where if you perceive life as bad, it's going to be bad. If you perceive life as a blessing and amazing, it's going to be amazing. If you perceive wholesaling as an opportunity, it's an opportunity. If you look at wholesaling as this terrible thing that's super saturated, nobody can do it, it is. It's just so stinking funny right now that the way you look at wholesaling, the way you look at life is completely in your own little bubble. That is it. So just start going out here and making your bubble the way that you want to form it in yourself. Form it wholesaling as an opportunity. Wholesaling, really form your life as a gift, and how you have unlimited energy to go out here. You are a being out here that has unlimited potential to go out here and change your life. If you truly believe that in your heart, like deep down that you can make a change and you are destined to, you will. Now, I don't want to talk about Josh Allen because don't get me started, but I do want to say something that I think is a really cool thing about him. Now, you don't even have to know about football, but Josh Allen was this athlete, right? He makes $50-60 million a year probably. He might be like 30 or 40, right? Chump change, right? But in high school, he wasn't really recruited, and he was a really good football player, but he just wasn't recruited well. And so he went to I think a community college, right? He played football at a community college, and nobody would give him a scholarship at his community college, even though he was balling out. And one person decided, you know what? I think he's good enough to be on our team, and gave him a scholarship on Wyoming. And all he had to do was just have good players around him, and he was a superstar at Wyoming. And the Bills took him like top 10 pick, and now he's a superstar, one of the best in the country, right? He just makes all this. And so it's funny just looking at him, even though he drives me crazy, they're like, somebody deemed him, like, let's call it FSU deemed him as not good enough, but some guy deemed him good enough. It just takes one person to accept you. It just takes one wholesaling deal for it all to change. So you might, in your mind, not believe that you are worthy to go out here and make 40 grand. You are not worthy to make 100 grand this year. You're not worthy to become a millionaire. But if somebody, a coach or whatever, deems you worthy and you rise up to that opportunity, it's all you need. And I'm telling you, I am your coach. I am the guy deeming you worthy. I'm giving you a wholesaling scholarship. I'm giving you a free wholesaling course that should cost $5,000, freewholesaling.com, right? And I'm deeming you worthy to become a millionaire and to make 40 grand this month wholesaling real estate. I am giving you this scholarship opportunity. I'm giving you the ball. You are now the starting quarterback. It's up to you now to do it. I don't care if you didn't believe in yourself before, but believe in yourself now. And if you can perform, if you can be under the pressure and still keep your composure and train and keep on these trainings and just get better and better, you will get your shot and become a superstar multi-millionaire. It just takes one person to believe in you. And I completely believe anybody watching this, if you can understand English and at least try to speak it the best you can, you have an internet connection, which is watching this. Literally, understanding English is understanding what I'm saying, and then having internet connection to watch me. That's all it takes for you to go out here and get rich. They're the only requirements. So I believe in you. Go out here and believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you have all the opportunities to become a success and a rich wholesaler, and go out here and make the change in your life that you need to do. So guys, who has my money? My buyers got my money. How are we going to get that money? We're going to go out here and work our butts off. If you're watching this and you're under the age of 30, you have zero excuse not to go all in and spend all of your free time going out here and making a change in your life. If you have no kids and you are not married, you have zero, and you're under the age of 30, you have zero excuse not to go all in or all crazy in this business. And if I get dudes that say this all the time, like, oh man, no, my girlfriend says I work too much. I don't care what your girlfriend says. Do you like being broke? No? Then make a change. Your girlfriend ain't gonna be the broke guy forever. So go make a change. You're gonna be she's upset that you're broke or be upset that you're working. Really understand this, because when you buy your girlfriend a Mercedes-Benz, when you get engaged or something, or a big fat rock diamond ring, she ain't gonna care how much you've been working, right? And so I get these dudes like, oh man, I gotta spend, he's like, I spend 20 hours a week with my girlfriend. I'm like, bro, spend 2 hours with her every day, concentrate. I tell people all the time, they do this. They're like, I spend 20 hours a week with my girlfriend. I'm like, how much of that time is really quality? Like, do you spend it with each other without devices? No. Go do that and then spend the other I'm hacking you, men. Spend the other 17 hours cold calling, getting wholesaling real estate deals. Guys, if you have a spouse and they don't believe that you should go out here and live your dream, they don't believe in you. Just really understand that. The right person will believe in you. Now, we can have a different conversation. You have kids and being a neglected father. That is not acceptable. But I'll say, like, if you have no kids and you are not married, if you're a guy, gal, I don't care, you need to go all in. You got to put all the chips on the table. Like, you don't even have any chips. You got no money. You got no chips to put in. So put your time chips in and go do it. Is watching your Naruto going to make you 100 grand this year? No. Go out here and do it. Now, if you have time to watch Naruto, I think you guys should, but only if you have time for it. So go out here and make the most of your life, guys. We are only here for a very, very small amount of time, and make the most of it.